Hello, welcome to Peek into Pink. I am your hostess with the mostest tonight. My name is Jill Matthews, and I am a national director with Mary Kay. And I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to our Mary Kay world. And so one of the things that I want to do very quickly is just say thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We are all working feverishly. We've got a huge promotion this month, and we are all working very, very hard to have some amazing results. And just you tuning in tonight will help your beauty consultant with a challenge that she's got. And I just want to say thank you so much for just being willing to listen. You know, sometimes in life, we just need to be open to new ideas. And I think in our world right now, holy cats, we need to all be open to some new ideas and be willing just to stop and listen a little. And so I want to say once again, thank you for spending your Wednesday night with us. I will keep this brief tonight. I'm not going to talk forever, but I do want to showcase some wonderful things about our Mary Kay business opportunity and why it might or might not be a business opportunity that would be a good fit for you. But before we get started, I want to tell you some fun ways for you to win, because I don't know about you, but thank you, Danielle. That's so sweet of you. But I am all about winning. If there is an opportunity to get something for free, I need to be in line for it. I always say, if it's for free, it's for me. So I have some great opportunities for you to win some free gifts. So I'm going to tell you on the front end, and it's also going across your screen so you won't miss it. And the way for you to win some free gifts tonight, we're doing some fall must-have colors and some fall must-have products. But the way for you to win some of those is to comment. So we would love for you, first of all, before we do any questions, just pop on here, tell us your name and who invited you to come to our Peek into Peek event. And that way we'll know who we're talking to. And then the second thing is, if you ever wanted to entertain a business opportunity like Mary Kay in your wildest dreams, I would love to know what the number one question you have. Is it how to make money? Is it how to meet friends? Is it about pink cars? You know, what is it that would be a question that would be burning on your mind for you to know? And so I want you to type your questions as we go along tonight, and different things strike a chord. And you have a question, I want you to jump on there and put it in the comments, because I have an entire staff of people. I love it. I have two main people that are monitoring this program to make sure it goes off without a hitch. And that is our wonderful mistress of everything technical, and that is Carrie Maples. And so she has done an amazing job of putting this program together, as she does every Wednesday night, and making sure everything goes as planned. And then I have my BFF, my assistant, my right brain, my left brain. I say this every single time, but literally I could not, I don't know that I could draw a breath without her making sure I do it right. So seriously, my assistant, Stephanie Hudson, is feverishly in the background writing your questions down, and she's going to compile those, and we're going to do a little question and answer at the end of our program. And so remember, you get entries when you ask questions. So the more you comment, the more you ask questions, the more you affirm anything that I'm saying. If you say, oh, that's great, or wonderful, every time you make a comment, Stephanie is feverishly putting you in the mix to win some free prizes tonight. So we want to make sure you have a good time. We want to make sure you win something and get a little education. And if Mary Kay is a good fit for you, we have an amazing opportunity for you to win something for free for just saying yes. So let me jump in and get started. First of all, I want to let you know that all of our Team Matthew directors, they're our leadership team. They're the women that are the top 2% of the company. They're the women that will be training you, guiding you, really doing most of the education for your brand new business. Those ladies are in the wings, and they're popping up here. You can see we've got Debbie Jones, we've got Deborah Rose. I saw her. Lots of people that are out there that are ready to answer questions and can accommodate different things. So we want to make sure that you know your questions are going to get answered. And I want to take some time at the end to answer some of the burning questions that you may have. So we're going to jump in and get started. First of all, I want to introduce myself just a little bit more. I joined Mary Kay 32 years ago, and I know that's shocking to all. No, I love to say that I started when I was 3 because I'm only 36. Yeah, I could do a lot of things. But seriously, I did start when I was 24 years old, and I just graduated from college. Maybe I was 23. I think I was 23. I graduated from college, and no, I was 24. So I graduated from college, and I'd come to Dallas, Texas. I went to college at Oklahoma State University. Go Pokes! And I had gotten 2 degrees in 4 years because I could never really decide what I wanted to do. And I kept hopping around a little bit. I was a little ADHD, and I couldn't quite stick with anything very long. And finally, my school counselor just said, let's put these hours towards this degree and these hours towards this degree, and let's get you out of here. I think she was kind of tired fooling with me. And so I graduated with a speech communication degree, which means I can talk. And the second degree is accounting, which means I can count. So I can talk and count. Those are the 2 things that I can guarantee you. And so I'm going to just walk you through a little bit of my journey of when I started. And then I'm going to just talk about some reasons that I believe people say yes to Mary Kay. And I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why I think people say no to Mary Kay. So let's back up 30 years ago. I was a new person to Dallas. I hadn't ever lived in Dallas. I came from Oklahoma. I was working as a corporate tax accountant, which is one of my degrees, is taxes or accounting. And so I had started working for a company in Addison, Texas called CLR Fast Tax. And it was a great opportunity. I got hired, and it was really, really a remarkable job. Didn't pay all that great, but it was a great experience. And I will just tell you that it came with a lot of things that I wasn't prepared for. So let me just tell you a couple of things I wasn't prepared for. I was not prepared for a 70-hour work week. I really was not. I can remember very vividly selecting a place to live so I would not be far from work, thinking that would shut my hours down so I'd have more time to play. And what I didn't realize is that I would be working a 70-hour work week. And that wasn't even during tax season. Tax season was actually a little bit worse. And so that was something I wasn't quite prepared for. I wasn't quite prepared for maybe all of the rules. And I know, if you've ever worked for somebody, there's rules and there's guidelines. Well, there was very much a set of guidelines and some standards that were held at the company I worked for. It was a good old boy system, and it definitely favored men moving up into leadership positions and women not moving into leadership positions, which I found out very quickly. And there was a lot of disparity in incomes and all sorts of things. And so that wasn't something that I realized ahead of time. And I didn't realize that really happened. And it was interesting very quickly, that I didn't like that. And I found myself spending more time in meetings than actually doing physical work, which I felt like was very counterproductive. And I learned very quickly that my voice and my opinion and any expertise that I brought to the table was not really needed. I was there to do what they told me to do, and that was about it. So there was not a lot of collaboration. There wasn't a lot of development. There wasn't a lot of learning going on. It was pretty much do this, and get your paycheck. So I think a lot of people experience that when they go into work for the real world. And, just coming as a college grad, maybe I wasn't prepared for all that. But I did settle in and got to working and really kind of wanted to excel in that job. And I realized very quickly that the only time there would be any level of recognition in that job is if I'd screwed something up. I can remember very vividly that I misquoted a tax booklet that was going to be printed. And our warehouse was full of a lot of tax booklets. Let's just leave it at that, because I put a little extra 0 on the back of that. And I was the laughingstock for my whole company for several months. And that was, everybody laughed and had notepads with my name on it because they cut up those little tax booklets. So I can remember very vividly going, whoa, this wasn't exactly what I expected. I had maybe a little Pollyanna. I was drinking the Kool-Aid when I was in college and didn't know that's what to expect. And so I started looking immediately going, if this is all there is, I need to find something else. I've always been a super hard worker. I was raised by 2 parents that believed if you didn't work, you didn't eat. So I've always had a ridiculously hard work ethic, but I realized that wasn't really what they were looking for. They were just looking for somebody to punch the clock. And that wasn't a really good fit for me. And so I started looking really in my first year on the job, I was looking for what is next. And I knew that I had some college debt, and I knew I had to get financially stable. And I had just bought a brand new car, and I'd done some things that maybe I shouldn't have done. Got myself a little upside down. I don't know if y'all have ever done that. And my daddy used to call it, when your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. And I was a little bit in that situation. And so I couldn't just walk away from my job. I couldn't take a restart. I didn't really have resources to regroup and start over. And so I began to look for what was next. I knew there had to be something next. And so, of course, I looked back at going back to school to get my master's degree. I was really tired of school. I didn't want to go back to do that. And so what was I going to do? And so I started looking for a little side hustle. And I was introduced to Mary Kay when I was very young, and my mom did Mary Kay. And so I knew about Mary Kay, but I never saw it as a business opportunity for me. So if you're sitting there right now going, that's way too pink, that's way too fluffy, there's way too many girls, there's way too many hormones, I would never enjoy a business like that. I can tell you I can appreciate that comment, because that's exactly what I said. I said, I'm really not interested in Mary Kay as a business. I thought it was great for my mom. She was very successful. And I saw that success. I saw all of that, but I still didn't buy into it. And so if you kind of got here kind of a little bit kicking and screaming that you're not sure why you even are on this call, that's okay. Just relax. I promise nobody's going to push you to do anything. And my mom didn't push me to do literally anything. It was through some experiences in corporate America that weren't fair and really were, really worked against some of my character issues. And what I mean by that, I was on an account that was not being handled ethically, and I'll just leave it at that. And I was having to tell one story to one customer and another story to another customer and another story to a vendor. And I felt very compromised. And I said, I just don't think I'm going to make it here. And so I started looking very diligently for something to bridge the gap so I could look for another job. And Mary Kay was brought up by a coworker. And one of my coworkers said, why don't you do that Mary Kay thing that your mom does? And so I remember very vividly having a small convulsion and going, never would I ever do Mary Kay. Well, I guess the rest is kind of history, because it was interesting what she said back to me. She said, Jill, I thought you were more open-minded than that. And that was really probably the statement that changed the whole trajectory of me, because I've always believed that I was very open-minded. I was open to new things. I wanted to try new things. I wanted to experience. I wanted to learn. I'm a consummate learner. And so I was ready to maybe learn something new. And so I thought, well, why not? So I checked it out, got signed up with Mary Kay. I thought I would do it just for a short period of time to pay my student loans off and maybe get a couple of house payments in the bank before I either went back to school or started looking for another job. And guys, I'll just tell you, something really remarkable happened. I did not have long-term convictions for this business. I did not see this being something that I was going to do and could continue to do. It was going to be a short-term hustle, a little money, get some things paid off and get some money in the bank. And then I was going to really embark on what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And so if you're sitting there going, I wonder what I'm going to do when I grow up. Well, I can tell you that's exactly where I was. And I was not looking for Mary Kay to be it. But you know what? I really believe that sometimes the Lord just intervenes. And that's exactly what happened to me. I became, I'll just be super, super transparent with y'all tonight. I did not buy into the Kool-Aid. And so I wasn't really ready to do some of the things that was asked of me in the very, very beginning. I was like, I'm not going to wear a skirt. I'm not going to do those things. I'm not going to do some of the things that they're asking me to do. I'm just going to sell a little and get on out of here. That's what I'm going to do. And I went to a couple of Mary Kay meetings, and I started meeting some amazing women. And it all changed on a dime. I think what changed my heart the most was the culture of Mary Kay. Because I was coming from corporate America where nothing was rewarded and everything had a catch. And I'm not saying all corporate jobs are like that. That's not true. I don't believe that to be true. But that's where I was coming from. And so I was, not so trusting right in the very beginning of my Mary Kay career. But what happened was really miraculous, because I just felt my heart, just like little layers of myself being pulled away. And I started leaning in because I saw people cared. I saw people were really genuinely going way out of their way to help me, to facilitate my learning, to facilitate my personal growth, to educate me, to push me into maybe some uncomfortable things that were going to help me grow. And I really went, oh my gosh, these people are really developing me. And that was huge for me because I knew I needed development. I knew I needed mentorship. I knew I needed all that, but I wasn't finding it in my corporate job. And so it's when I started leaning in and I started listening and I started seeing the lives that were edifying God, the lives that were women that were truly taking care of their families, not just financially, but they were really there for them. They were work at home entrepreneurs and they were work at home executives. And that was very exciting to me. So I can honestly say that was very attractive. And I kept myself just finding more and more things that were attractive to me. And this company really does put God first, family second, and career third. That was a cornerstone in my life that I felt very passionate about, but I had not seen that in my job opportunities. And so that was something I gravitated to. I really gravitated to a position where you are promoted on your merit. If you work hard, you get promoted, period, end of story. It doesn't matter who's ahead of you. It doesn't matter, how long they've been there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter all the drama that's in our world today. We are solely promoted by our merit. If you work hard, if you do what is required, you will get the promotion. It's not contingent on if you do all the right things and say all the right things. It literally is on your merit. That was another cornerstone that I truly loved. Another cornerstone that I thought was really paramount for me was it is an equal opportunity. Whether I had a college education or I didn't have a high school education, did not matter. I saw women, one of the women that was one of my first mentors was a lady, I'm trying to think of her name right this second. Harriet Pinnock. Harriet Pinnock is a fabulous, wonderful African-American director here in the Dallas area. And she was a pediatrician before she joined Mary Kay. And when I heard that, my eyes went, whoa, pediatrician. I mean, wow. And so I interviewed her one day and I said, well, tell me, why would you give up being a pediatrician to be a Mary Kay sales director? I want to hear that story. And she said, the field of medicine that I was in, I was always handling the symptom. I was never able to really help the problem. But when I could come and I could get into my community and I could help women have a better opportunity and they could get off of government assistance and they could make better choices and they could provide for their families, I found that I was helping the problem, not just wiping noses. And so when I heard that, I was like, my mind was blown. And I realized that real freedom is the ability to give other people freedom to follow their dreams. And that, I can tell you, I've got chill bumps right now because Harriet Pinnock was a huge mentor for me when I first joined the company. And I just saw other women. And I have another friend in the company that does not even have a high school education. She never graduated college. She never even finished high school. She is a multimillionaire in Mary Kay. And I saw this really wonderful playing ground that literally anybody could do anything. And that was huge and wonderful for my spirit because I realized then that I could reach out and I could empower others like people were empowering me. And so I could talk all day long about what empowered me or what motivated me. But when I looked at this business opportunity, I didn't see all that. I saw a couple of things. So I'm going to tell you the things that I said yes to. All of these other things developed over time. So the very first thing I saw was money. And I hate to say that because it makes me sound money hungry. But, when you're hungry, money's pretty exciting. When you're stressed about money, almost nothing else matters. Literally, when you're going to bed thinking about money and you're getting up thinking about money, which bill am I going to pay? How am I going to pay it? What's it going to look like? How am I going to pay for Christmas for my kids? How am I going to pay for rent this month? When you're in that quandary and really stressed over money, it's really nothing else matters. So somebody told me one time, I really had to wake up in the morning and decide, did I need oxygen or money worse? Because sometimes when you're that strapped for cash, that's how you feel. And so money was a very big attraction for me. When this business opportunity was explained to me, they shared with me that I would make half of everything I sold. Well, I'd already investigated a couple of other business opportunities. I looked into real estate. I looked into selling cars. I'm a big car buff. I love cars, all sorts of cars. And I'll have to tell you that story another day. I've got lots of cars in my garage, and all of them are fun. But I thought about, well, I'll go sell cars on the weekend. I thought I kind of like to decorate. So I thought, well, I'll work at a furniture store. And so I started looking at all these little side hustles that I could work to add extra income. And I realized when Mary Kay was presented to me, nothing was paying 50%. 50% was huge. And in fact, if you've investigated any other, what I call side hustle or direct sale industry business, there's almost no business opportunities that provide a 50% commission. That is very, very large and in charge. Standard in the direct sale industry is 25 to 30%. So 50%, I can do the math on that's half. If I sell $1,000, I get to keep 500. So I can do the math on that very, very quickly. So money was very important to me. The second thing about money was the fact that we sell a consumable product. I mean, our wonderful Mary Kay products, when we wash our face, we're going to wash all that product down the drain. We're going to buy more tomorrow. So the consumable nature of the business was very attractive to me because I didn't think I was going to be good at getting customers. And so I thought the more, if I could just get customers and keep those customers, that was going to be a really, really good business opportunity for me. So that was something that I looked into, is the consumable nature of the product. And then Mary Kay allows us to have an additional revenue stream when we train or mentor other people to build their business. And so we get paid a commission. That commission is paid directly from Mary Kay to me. It is not a commission that any of my team members have to pay me. That's an important caveat because not all direct sale companies are created equal in that area. And I won't go into that, but seriously, that is something to really, really consider. So Mary Kay gives me a commission if I help my team members with learning, mentoring, and learning to run a successful business. When I do that, I'm rewarded. And so that computed in my little brain. I could understand that. And so that was the second revenue stream. And then the third revenue stream that's kind of attached to money was a free car program. Now, when I got out of college, I thought I was all that in a bag of chips, and I bought a beautiful sports car. I told you I was a car girl. And so I bought a beautiful sports car that probably I shouldn't have bought because it tipped me over where I was not financially secure anymore. I was financially stressed. And that's that going to bed, not waking up, being stressed about money. And so I realized very quickly that if I could get rid of that car and get rid of that very expensive car insurance payment, my standard of living would go way up. And so I began to think, could I do that? Well, when Mary Kay said they had a free car program, they had my complete and total attention. And within the first 4 months of the business, I earned my first company car, which at that time was the fastest you could do that. Now you can actually earn them faster. There's no limits to that. So the car program was very significant. Just if you're wondering, did I start off with a pink car? No. The car program is very extensive in Mary Kay. So let me just rattle off some of the wonderful car options that you have. As a branded beauty consultant, you can win a Chevy. It's not a Cruze anymore. It's a Chevy Malibu. Excuse me. We changed our car program and I just lost it for a second. A Chevy Malibu, which is a very nice sedan. It's got all the bells and whistles, backup cameras, all the digital, all that fun stuff. And that is paid for by the company plus 85% of your car insurance payment. Car insurance payment for 2 years. And then so every 2 years you requalify for that. But if you've ever gotten a car, it's just maintenance. It's very, very easy to keep a car. And so that's the very first car as a beauty consultant. As you move into a leadership position, OMG, from a Chevy to Camaro to a Chevy pickup to a Traverse to an Equinox to the famous pink Cadillacs. Literally, the car program is extensive. And if you're a sports car lover, you can win that beautiful charcoal gray Camaro. If you need to haul horses, I don't know what you're doing with the pickup, but if you like a pickup, then we have a Chevy pickup, the Colorado. That's a wonderful little pickup that's available to you. And then if you've got a whole herd of kids, like I've raised 4 kids with Mary Kay, then there's a Chevy Traverse as well as the Equinox, which is a wonderful, wonderful SUV that allows you to haul all your children around. I have a lot of them, so I know exactly about that. And then the pink Cadillacs are reserved for our elite status leaders, and they're fabulous. So there's the small SUV, and then there's the giant SUV, and then there's the Escalade, which is the car that I'm very famous for bringing to our car program because I had a lot of kids. I had a lot of kids and I had them really late in life. And so I petitioned the company to expand our car program so that we could have a SUV. And so that pink Cadillac Escalade's got my name written all over it. So I'm very, very proud of that accomplishment. So why I'm telling you this is those were two reasons that were very attractive to me. Some other things that I think people say yes to Mary Kay is for a recognition factor. Remember, I told you the only time I was ever recognized in my corporate job is when I messed something up. You know, your name floats around the company really, really fast if you make a bad decision. And so in Mary Kay had a very different approach to that. And Mary Kay, the person, said she's going to praise her people to success. That was a concept that I maybe kind of understood, but I didn't really understand until I was in the company. I didn't realize how much that I, Jill Matthews, would work for a pat on the back. I had never really been in an environment where I got a lot of praise and recognition, and I didn't realize how much I needed that. In fact, if you would have asked me in the very beginning, I would have said I didn't need that. But I learned very quickly that I will work for recognition, and not just for recognition to stand alone, to have my name in lights, but literally I need to be affirmed that a job well done. If I put my heart and soul in it and I did something, I need somebody to say, good job. And I think we all as women, and Mary Kay taught us very early that women work for very different reasons than men do. Men work for money and power, and women usually work for security, which is also money, and for affirmation. We really do work for somebody to say we've done a great job. And so I leaned into that part of the business after I realized I was so hungry for that recognition. And Mary Kay loves to give recognition. I always say, if you can just stand still and say your name right, you're probably going to get a round of applause in Mary Kay, which I had never, ever experienced. And I fell in love and I leaned into that part of the business opportunity. And recognition can come in all sorts of forms. It comes from diamond rings. It comes from trips around the world. Literally, I have, I think we were counting up the other night that out of the 7 continents, I've been on 5 of them, and I'm looking to go to the 6th one, Antarctica. I'm still struggling with because I'm a warm weather girl, but maybe I'll get to Antarctica. Probably not, but I'm thinking about it. But Mary Kay provides reward trips literally all over the world, and I have truly been all over the world thanks to Mary Kay. Mary Kay used to tell us that when she was alive, that you can't change the world if you haven't seen the world. And so she was very, very good and generous to give us those wonderful pieces of recognition, were those trips, which I worked very hard for trips. I love travel. So that was huge for me and hit my hot button right off the bat. But literally, if it's any kind of recognition, that we have prizes, we have award programs, we have consistency programs. There's so much that's wrapped up into our recognition. And I believe that women will work for knowing that they're doing a job, not only to serve others, but doing a job to where they can be recognized for a job well done. So that's super important. Let me think of some other reasons. Well, I will tell you another reason that was very attractive to me is that I could be my own boss, because working in corporate America, I found out like day 2 of working in corporate America, I didn't really like having a boss. I don't know what that's all about, but I am a very hard worker and I'm very task oriented, and I really just needed my boss to tell me what he needed and what he expected, and then I could take it from there. But I learned very quickly that my boss at the time was a very big micromanager. He literally he nitpicked about everything I did and where are you on this and where are you? And that was something that kind of maybe chipped away at my self-esteem instead of allowed me to grow. And so what I loved about Mary Kay is they said, you can take it as high as you want to. You can do it when you want to, how you want to, how big you want to. That was great for my personality type. I loved knowing that I could do, and especially in today's world, I could do almost my entire business from my cell phone. That was really, really big for me. Our technology in Mary Kay is superior to anything that's out in the industry. When I tell you the apps, the things that Mary Kay we can do from a simple cell phone, you can run a multi-million-dollar business from a cell phone. That's remarkable. So I love that Mary Kay keeps continuing to put investments into our structure and what's really, really important to people that are running a part-time business. And most people do start part-time, and then many of us decide that this is the way to live. And so being my own boss, knowing that Mary Kay was going to support me through the company side, through the product side, our products, I love to talk about our products. I hope you're customers. And if you're not, I'm going to tell you that's the very first thing you need to do is go buy a skincare set and start using it, because once you use our products, you'll never go back to anything else. And then the second thing I love about our products is they're made right here in the US of A. I can't say that big enough, bold enough. I need a little American flag to wave in front of the TV screen or the computer screen tonight to tell you that in Coppell, Texas, which is about 20 minutes from me, we have a $10 million manufacturing and research and development facility. It's the size of 10 football fields, and it is state of the art. Literally, there is nothing like it in the United States. It is really, really remarkable. And so our manufacturing and research and development happens right here in the United States of America. And all of our products are manufactured here as well as shipped from the United States. And that's really, really amazing, because most of our competitors cannot claim, well, 100% of our competitors cannot claim that. They usually import most of their products from another country. So that's a really important thing. And I think in today's world, we're really leaning into more USA made products. And so I really appreciate that. Mary Kay's on the cutting edge of skincare. I can remember when I started, our skincare was 5 steps. We had one skincare, it was 5 steps. Now we have 5 skincare lines. We have some of the most advanced first to market products in the industry. We get tremendous rave reviews by all of our cosmetic magazines and scientists and all sorts of things that have to do with our product. We are literally the leader in the skincare industry. And in just a few short months, we're going to launch a product that absolutely will put us the corner on the market. I'm telling you a little secret, kind of. A corner on the market of anything that can be sold on the market today. So there's some amazing developments. And because Mary Kay is a privately held company, we have money to continue research and development. When some of our competitors, because of COVID, because of getting raw materials from overseas, and because of some of the challenges that some of our competitors have had, they are not researching and developing new products right now. That is not happening because they're just a little bit stuck right this very second with the situation, with the COVID situation. Well, because we manufacture right here, because most of our raw ingredients are manufactured in the United States, and because we are privately held and we're not on the stock market, we still have money to continue research and development. So that's why we can continue to launch new products. So we love that. Okay, so I've told you a whole lot. Let's think if there's anything else that I'm missing. Advancement. I love the fact that when I joined, I just wanted that extra $1,000 a month to pay off my student loans and to really kind of reassess my standard of living a little bit. I really just wanted that little nut. I didn't see myself wearing a pink suit, living in a home, and spending my whole life dedicated to the empowerment of women through Mary Kay Cosmetics. I didn't see that. I didn't even want to see that. But I love that one little goal led to the next goal, and nobody's going to stop your advancement. You literally, as big as you can dream it, you can achieve it. Our #1 national sales director, Gloria Mayfield Banks, will make over $1 million a year this year in Mary Kay. Her last paycheck in last month was over $116,000 in a calendar month. Guys, when you think about that, that is just the power of a dream. She didn't start with any more intelligence. In fact, she has a learning disability. She's dyslexic. She may have started at maybe a disadvantage, but I can tell you today, she commands a tremendous amount of respect in more circles than just Mary Kay, simply because she chose to work this business opportunity, and she had a very, very big dream. So wherever you are in your investigation of this business opportunity, one of the things that I want to challenge you is think about what it could do for you. Maybe it won't be a pink Cadillac. Maybe it's not an Escalade. Maybe that's not where you see yourself right now. Maybe none of these things are where you see yourself right now. Maybe you can't see yourself in sales. I can honestly say my mother didn't even have I couldn't even be a Girl Scout because she said she didn't want to have to sell all those cookies for me. So I never sold anything before Mary Kay. Remember, I'm kind of a nerd. I can talk and I can do math. Those are the 2 things I can do. And so I didn't see myself necessarily in sales, but I did see myself in a position of leadership. I did want to be a mentor. I did want to give back. I did want financial security. I did not want to depend on someone else for my financial security. And it's a good thing because I've been through a lot of bumps in my personal life. I've been single. I've started this business when I was single with no kids. I was married. I was married and divorced, and then I had a son, and then I got married again, and I went through another divorce. And so I have been through a lot of life with Mary Kay. And without the financial stability of Mary Kay, I don't know how I would have survived. And I can honestly say, as a single mother, as a mother of four, as a mother late in life, finances are important. They just are. And I'm knocking on the door of looking at a retirement program. It's really important that finances are there. So money was very important to me, but I never had to compromise those pillars: my character, what I believed in, how I wanted to conduct myself, who I wanted to invest in. And to really, I did want to make a difference in this old world. I really, really did. And so if you're sitting there and any one of those things sound attractive, any one of those things, I would love to answer your questions. And I know Stephanie's going to be sending me a whole bunch of questions real quick, but I want to answer your questions, because it doesn't matter what I've done. It matters, what would it mean to you? What would this business opportunity mean to you? Right now, in the end of October, maybe it means Christmas cash. Maybe it means the extra $1,000 for you to buy presents for your friends and family and for your kids. Maybe that's all it means to you. Maybe you don't see yourself any further than that. I want you to know Mary Kay's got a program for just that. Maybe you're saying, I love the products. I would love to use more of the products. Maybe I would just like to buy for myself and my family, maybe a few friends. We call it the Friends and Family Program. We absolutely have a place for you here. And Mary Kay's got a wonderful promotion for that particular spot on the career path. But there's other people here that are going, you know what? I need a side hustle that can bring in $1,000, $1,500 a month that I can survive on right now. COVID has either, kind of destroyed a business opportunity or declined your income, or for whatever reason made things more difficult for you, or you're still at home learning and you're trying to figure out how to be teacher and lunchroom lady and counselor and all those things. I am doing that same thing. And so you need more flexibility. You need to work from your own dining room table so that you can be home for your kids. Maybe you're like me and I have aging parents. My mom is 80. She's 83, she's going to be 84, and she's got a lot of health issues. And so I'm having to do a lot of, I still have kids at home and I'm taking care of elderly parents. And so I'm in that sandwich generation where flexibility is paramount. She fell this last week. So, I mean, it was something that I had to jump up and run. I couldn't have done that if I worked for somebody else. And so I just really want you to hear, no matter where you are, there's probably a place in Mary Kay for you. If you grow past that, we want to encourage that. If you go, girl, I just want to take care of my friends and family. I just want to buy Christmas presents at a full 50% discount. If that's where you are, gosh, join us where you are. We're not going to be anybody that says you have to do this, this, or this. It really, really is just what you need it to be. If you grow past it, gosh, then that's exactly what we want you to do. So I'm going to put my granny glasses on for just a minute because I'm of the age, and I'm going to see if we don't have some questions. Okay. Let's see. How do I get clientele starting out? Well, that's a great question. I don't know who asked that question. I'm sorry. I don't know everybody that asked the questions. How do you get clientele starting out? Well, we have an amazing training program. First and foremost, we're not just going to say, good luck, God bless, hope that works out. We really have a step-by-step program that helps you tap into your warm market, which we know your warm market, your friends and family, but we also know that you're not going to make $1 million on your friends and family. That's a springboard into the next group of people. But we do know, and we've definitely been around sales enough to know that you're not just going to hit up your friends and family and have a business. We know it needs to go further than that. But your friends and family are a great start. So one of the things that we're doing in our COVID new normal, I don't even like that terminology, but it seems to be our new normal right this very minute. One of the things that we're doing is a lot of virtual things, just like what you're watching right now. And so one of the bonuses of this COVID crisis has been allowing us to really tap in. So let's say you have friends in California, you have friends in Oregon, you have friends in Missouri. You can literally bring all those friends together virtually to showcase this product. And we literally do it right here on the computer screen. And we literally can show the features and benefits of our products, and we can answer questions and meet people's needs just through our virtual learning. The second thing we do is we actually send samples out. We send samples, so we'll identify some of the top 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 people you know, and we can actually send samples out and ask for them to try those products with instruction, and then we can encourage them to give us some feedback. And of course, if they're falling in love with the products, which we think they will, then they can purchase from you. We have a wonderful, Mary Kay provides a wonderful replicated website. So a brand new beauty consultant can have a beautiful, stunning, very, very visually appealing website that your best friend in Colorado and your other friend from Florida can jump on and shop on your website, do a virtual makeover. It's amazing what you can do on our website. And they can do all of that, shop online, pay online, and you get all the benefits. It's really spectacular. So your first clientele will probably come a little bit from your warm market, but then we will provide incentives for us to step outside your warm market. One of the things that we know that COVID has taught us is it's a really big world out there, and our virtual world is a lot bigger than you realize. And it's easier to get your friend to give you 10 people to come hit your VIP page than it is for her to invite 10 friends to her house. So even though we're still doing some live parties and that's coming back and we're seeing that happen and we're excited to see that happen, we're still doing a tremendous amount of business virtually. So I hope that answers your question. But yes, we're going to springboard for some friends and family, but that's not where your business is going to stay. Let me just rest assure you that's just the springboard into the next group of people. The second question that somebody asked, let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Oh, that's not you. Okay, let me make sure. Somebody mentioned an extra $1,000. How do you do that? And with young kiddos, did you find it easy or hard to juggle? Okay. Well, first of all, I've pretty much done my business with small kids. So when I was a brand new sales director, I was a single mother day one of my little man's life. And so I was absolutely a juggling single mom. And then I got married and I had 3 under the age of 5. And then I found out a year later I was pregnant. So I had 4 children under the age of almost 7. And 2 of those were 4-year-old boys. And then I had a baby. So an infant. And my husband at the time worked Monday through Friday out of town. And so I was kind of a single mom. And so it was a lot of juggling. I can honestly say that. But because I could work from my own dining room table, I could invite my friends, my kids' friends, moms over, the neighbors over. We could do makeovers. And that's when we were doing them all live. But now when we can work so virtually, I think it's easier than ever to do that. Plus, your sales director, we're hosting events on this Wednesday night YouTube channel. We host an event every single Wednesday night from 7 to 8 o'clock. Now, the reason I want to tell you that is because if you did nothing but just plug into some of the systems that we've already got, just started inviting people, just invite some more people to come. We, as your leadership team, are doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And that is not in replacement of what you're going to do, but it's in addition to. So can you do that with small kiddos? Absolutely. And I really think it's probably one of the few businesses you really can do with kiddos. You're not going to compromise anything. I learned that Veggie Tales and a couple of videos and a couple of things. And now, even when they got a little older, I would allow an hour or 2 of video games so that I could have some concentrated work time. We did a lot of creative things, so I had some work time. But if you're literally struggling, and $1,000, the U.S. News and World Report did a study a while back and said that $1,000 is the absolute critical inch between a family being financially okay and financially stressed. And so we know that $1,000 benchmark, and it's not magical, but that $1,000 benchmark is probably what most people would say would relieve a lot of financial pressure in their home. So can you do that? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really remarkable how easy it is. Once again, we have a step-by-step proven system to do this literally step by step by step and develop a clientele. And we're going to teach you how to take care of that clientele. And remember, you can do it all on your cell phone. It's really quite remarkable. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, those are the only two questions. Let me just tell you a couple of other questions I hear all the time. Somebody might be answering or asking yourself, and you just are not brave enough to jump on here and ask a question. Here is the number one question I get: is Mary Kay saturated? Are there a lot of beauty consultants out there, and is there going to be too many? And is it going to be crazy out there? I'm just going to say no. We are very, very aggressively recruiting new beauty consultants. And the reason being is because we're seeing such growth in number one. Did you know almost 60% of women have a side hustle? 60% of women are doing something on the side to make a little extra money. So we already know women are doing that. And we know that women love to support other women. So we see very clearly that the cosmetic industry is a great way to support a small business, support a friend, and their quality products. And what we're seeing happening in kind of the cosmetic world is we're seeing a decline of big box stores. We're seeing major cosmetic companies that are really not producing right now. And the reason they're not is because of COVID and all sorts of different things, but also the decline of a big box store. People are not always going to a big box store to purchase their cosmetics. And so we're seeing much more of a community of people wanting to support and buy small. So that's really a huge, huge advantage. And do we have too many beauty consultants? Absolutely not. I have lived in the Plano, Texas area for over 30 years. And did you know I have never, ever run in accidentally somebody that I didn't already know to a Mary Kay beauty consultant? Nobody has ever handed me a business card. I've never been prospected. Nobody's ever said, can I put you on a mailing list or anything? I've never, ever been prospected. And I wear lots of makeup. So, I mean, I'd be a good target for somebody. So I can just assure you there is not near as much saturation as you might think, because a lot of our beauty consultants have got a great customer base. They're maintaining that customer base, and they're not necessarily aggressively seeking new customers. And as Mary Kay told us one time in a conference, I'll never forget it. She says, our business will never, ever be saturated because there's new baby girls born every single day. And that is absolutely true. As we see our teenage daughters coming up wearing makeup, that's a new market for us all the time. And we absolutely have products for literally from new teens all the way to maturing women that will pay big money for anti-aging products. So I love that. Let me make sure. So Eleni Lancaster, I love, she just said that her business has almost tripled since March because people are wanting to buy an American-made product and they're wanting to buy small business. I love that, Eleni. That's just huge. And I think we're more inclined to support each other during this season of life right now. I think it's wonderful. Okay, well, I've talked a lot. And so I want to tell you a couple of reasons people say no to Mary Kay, because I'm going to cover that in a really couple of minutes. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a special. So I believe the reason that people say no to Mary Kay is they probably have a preconceived idea of what it is and what it is not. They think they're going to be pressured into doing something that they don't want to do. I can honestly say, you can tell me exactly what you want to do, and I'm going to write a business plan for it. If you say, Jill, I want $100 a month, I'll write a business plan for that. If I want $10,000 a month, I can write a business plan for that. Whatever you want is what we're listing and we want to deliver, because if you're happy, we're happy. So nobody's going to pressure you to do anything you don't want to do. A lot of people feel as though they don't know what they don't know. So I don't know enough about Mary Kay. Well, guess what? You just need to get in and learn. And one of the things that somebody very wise in the very beginning of my career told me, this is not till death do you part. That's till death do I part. I'll be with Mary Kay forever. But if you come in and you join and you check us out and you start buying products and it's not a good fit for you, there's absolutely no harm, no foul. We will allow you to go back to being a customer. It's really what you want to make of it. So there's no there's no catch. There really isn't. We really want to welcome you at any level that suits your needs. Another reason I think people say no to Mary Kay is they just don't feel like they've got enough time. I want to just dispel that myth right now, because time is the very reason you need to say yes to Mary Kay. We have such limited time. If you are stressed for that $1,000, if you are really looking at where's my side hustle coming from, if you're really burnt out with corporate America, if you don't see where your retirement fund is going to be growing right now, if you're stressed about some of those things, you've got to find time to place in areas that are going to help relieve that stress. And so I'm not talking 20 hours a week. I've got leaders that don't work 20 hours a week. Literally, I'm talking 3 to 5 hours a week in the beginning. And then if you decide you can work 10, that's great. And if you decide you can work 15, you're probably driving a free car. So literally, don't look at, I don't have enough time. Look at, where do I have time? It might be an hour on Wednesday night to tune into this program. Maybe it's an hour on Saturday morning to do muffins and makeovers with some friends virtually. Where do you have an hour or two? It doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes discipline to work the time that you decide. So let's see. I think the third reason that I hear a lot of people say is, I'm not the sales type. I can honestly say I'm not a sales type either. Most of my leaders are much better sellers than I will ever be. I do believe that we have a servant's heart as women. I do believe God intrinsically put that in our DNA. And so what I like to say is, when I can be a blessing to somebody else, I will be blessed. And that's biblical. So we got to go out and be a blessing to somebody, and then it comes back to us. And so I don't look at selling. I look at serving, and I look at finding somebody's need. If they need a good skincare, great. If they don't know what to do with their eyes, then I can help. I look at what is it that they would need, and then I try to meet that need. So no matter where you are, if you go, girl, I don't even wear mascara. You know what? When I joined, I wore mascara and lip gloss on a big date night. They had to be really worth it. He had to be really cute, and I had to be going to a big dinner. I have learned to wear all the cosmetics that I'm wearing today. I can honestly say it's a learned trait. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did, because I'm very, very confident in that area today, where I probably would not have been. So no matter where you are, just say yes to the next step. The next step is to join. And so we've got some amazing opportunities right now. So let me just tell you about a couple of them. I'm going to pop this little thing on the screen real quick. And I'm going to talk to you about 2 ways to join this Mary Kay business opportunity. Number one, that on the left-hand side, you're going to see the black bag and all those wonderful products. Well, just as a quick little note, those products retail for over $420. So those products alone are worth the price of admission. Oh my gosh. So what comes in that is our Time-Wise cleanser and moisturizers for dry skin, our Time-Wise cleanser and moisturizers for oily skin, and eye cream, our satin hand set, an oil-free eye makeup remover, ultimate black mascara, and 5 of our most popular shades of CC cream, which is a super popular foundation option, and then a translucent powder. All of those products, in addition to all the training materials. And the training materials, I just will be honest with you, they're very extensive. You literally, if we all vanished off the face of the earth, you could do your business with what's in that kit. It's really amazing. That kit costs you $100. And just as a quick little caveat, when I joined literally 32 years ago, did you realize the kit was $100? It had no real live products in it. It had only demos in it. It did not have any full-size products in it. And it cost me $100 32 years ago. So I can tell you that is a huge deal. So even if you're just wanting to use the products yourself, you're probably going to use about 80% of those products on you. So that's not a bad deal at all. But if you're sitting there going, Jill, I don't know, $100 is a lot for me to part with right now. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this Mary Kay business opportunity. I might just want to do some friends and family and some Christmas cash. We've got another option, and it's called our eStart option. And eStart allows you to join the company for $30. Now, you don't get any of the kit over to your left. So I'm just going to tell you, it makes me cry a little bit that you don't get any of that kit. But what you do get is you get the ability to have a Mary Kay personal website for $30, and you get the ability to have ProPay. ProPay is our credit card processing system, and it allows you to accept credit cards on your Mary Kay website. So do you get anything tangible for your $30? No, but you do get set up in business. You are eligible to get all the free product bonuses, all the perks, and you're eligible to get that Mary Kay website and the ability to accept credit cards on your website. So if you were asking me which one I think is the better deal, I'm going to tell you the kit, in my opinion, anytime you can spend $100 and get $400 worth of product and all the training material and a stunning black bag, I'm just going to tell you that's a pretty good deal. But if you're literally going, I can't come up with $100, then I'm going to tell you to join with 30. Find a way, make a way to get in. Now, if you choose to join with $100 and you say, well, I want my website and my ProPay, I want to be able to process credit cards, we're going to allow you to add another $30 onto your starter kit. So you're going to get all the products in the starter kit, all the training materials, the great black bag. And for an extra $30, you'll get your website for a year and ProPay. And in case you're wondering, that's half price on ProPay and your website. So that's a really, really, really good deal. And so I really want you to know that if you're interested, we're going to ask you to make a yes decision. So I'm leaving that up for just another half a second. But I want you to look over here to your right at the very bottom. You're going to see the word free. Now, I told you earlier, free is my favorite word. So if it's for free, it's for me. So that little word free is on our satin hand set. Our satin hand set outside of our skincare set is by far one of our most popular selling sets. And it's fabulous for the holidays. And it's fabulous because we're washing our hands 400 times a day. So it's really, really, really almost essential now. And that satin hands is a $36 value. If you make a yes decision to join either at the 30 or the 100 or even at the 130, if you say, yes, I'm going to give this a shot. I don't know where it's going to take me. I'm going to start small. I'm going to go big. I don't care what you say with the business. If you say yes in the next 24 hours before 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we're going to give you that satin hand set for free. And that's just our way of saying thank you for being part of our promotion for double credit in the month of October. But also we want to get you in and get you started so that you could really manifest some real Christmas cash for your family. And just as a little save the date, we want you to come in this month so you can be part of our virtual open house, which will be held on November 11th. And that's going to be a really amazing program. So we would love for you to say yes today in the next 24 hours so that you can take advantage of our Wednesday events. We're doing a fun Mad About Masking next week. We've got all sorts of fun events. You're going to enjoy your Mary Kay business. If nothing else, you're going to love being able to buy a wholesale. I always say I don't use half as much. I don't pay half as much. I just use twice as much. So I love that personally, right? Especially at my age, I love using twice as much. But if you say yes, you're going to be able to tap into a couple of our training programs. You're going to tap into our virtual open house where we're going to do all the heavy lifting for you. It's going to be a done deal. So we would love to welcome you and have you say yes. It's really just up to you. And so I'm just going to leave you with one quick thing. If you don't change, what's going to change? If you don't change how money comes into your household, how are you going to change your financial situation? If you're not happy about your stress level with finances, you've got to do something to change it. If you've done what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always got. And hopefully you saw through the crisis of the last 6 months that nothing really is for certain. And we have to learn to count on ourselves. And we have to learn to adapt, pivot. Pardon me. We've got to learn to adapt, pivot, and we've got to learn to take care of ourselves. And in our Mary Kay world, I can tell you'll be in business for yourself, but you will never be in business by yourself. I want to say thank you for listening. I hope we have some winners. Let's see. I think, let's see if I have some winners. Okay, I do. Stephanie, do I have winners? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. We have a winner. Hi, Leah is a winner from Eleni's group. Hi, Leah. Congratulations. You're going to be receiving a fall must-have product. So I want to say thank you for spending your evening with us. Thank you so much for asking questions, being willing to learn and listen. And truly, we would love to welcome you to this business. There is not a better person on the planet to associate yourself with than Eleni Lancaster. She is a ball of fun, number one. Number two, she knows how to sell. And number three, she's one of the most nurturing people I've ever met. So I can honestly say, if you say yes, you will be in great hands. Thank you for everyone tuning in tonight. Thank you for everyone that has been part of our program and asked questions and just been part of this wonderful event. And once again, I really love this Mary Kay business, and I can't wait to welcome you to it. And good night. God bless, and God bless America. And literally take care of each other. We all need each other out there. Good night.